Shermichael, I want to start with you. This has been a dispiriting campaign. Everybody agrees. How on earth can America pull together after it?
Well, you know, I think whomever becomes president after tonight will have to do a lot of work to bring the country together. There's a lot of division on both sides, and you've seen this level of discourse, I would argue, in the past couple of years now towards the end of President Obama's presidency. And I think that the nominee on my side has done a great job of furthering that discontent. And so I think if it is Secretary Clinton, she will have to work with Republicans to say, hey, I'm the president for everyone. And I suspect that she'll do that.
So you're unhappy with the way Donald Trump has conducted this?
Of course.
Did you vote for him this morning?
I voted early, and I did not vote for Mr. Trump.
You did not vote
I did
for
not.
Mr. Did you not?
No, absolutely.
Who did you vote for, if I may ask?
I wrote in someone by the name of Evan McMullin, who's an independent, but a Republican running for president. He's based out of Utah.
Right. Well, what does this say, Michael, when you've got Republicans who aren't voting for the Republican candidate?
You know, I think the Republican Party needs to do a lot of soul searching in the next couple months. We still have the election tonight, but the early numbers look good.
For Hillary Clinton.
The early numbers do look good for Hillary Clinton. Going in tonight, we'll need to see how things stand, where the Senate stands, but there is a unique opportunity if there are Republicans who want to look introspectively at what they can do to improve their stock, but also work with Democrats. It could be a good moment for the country, but you know what we saw in 2008, where Republicans made this concerted strategic decision to try to fight President Obama tooth and nail. I think 8 years later, you ended up with Donald Trump, so they need to decide what they want to do.
You see, Michael, Hillary Clinton said, I will be president for all Americans, whether they voted for me or not, and yet, of course, she called some Republicans deplorable. So they're as bad as each other, no?
I think that's a degree of false equivalency. I think that when you have the KKK hate groups endorsing Donald Trump and Donald Trump not criticizing them off the bat, I think that is deplorable. I think that there has been deplorable action, more so on the side of the Trump side of the ledger there. So there's that. Okay.
There is a bigger mountain for Donald Trump to climb if he's going to win this election, because it's not about the popular vote, is it, Shermichael? It is about the electoral college, and he needs to win so many more key states than Hillary Clinton to get into the White House. Do you think he's going to do it?
No, I don't think so. I think if you look at a lot of early results now, you're beginning to see Hispanics, for example, are turning out in extremely large numbers for Secretary Clinton. Towards the end of early voting in states like North Carolina, Florida, you began to see a spike in African-American turnout. When you look at it at the end of the day, in order to win a presidential contest, you have to have the infrastructure in place to mobilize the electorate. Secretary Clinton has built that. Donald Trump has mostly relied on the Republican Party.
You sound like a Hillary Clinton supporter. One wonders really whether Donald Trump, if he loses, will concede.
He has to. For democracy,
do you think he will, though?
He has no choice.
Because he says he's a fighter.
Look, you can be a fighter, but we live in America, and this is a democratic process, and you have to respect the will of the people, and I hope that he will do that.
Michael, it's not going to be the end of it, though, today, is it? You know, when we hear who has become the next president of the United States, do you get the sense that this bitterness and rancor will continue?
I think that there will be a sense of relief that it's over. This is probably the most negative presidential campaign in history. I think that there is an opportunity to move forward. The thing is, you need willing partners. You can't do it unilaterally. Donald Trump thinks that he could do a lot of things unilaterally. It's not working out so well for him, at least on the campaign trail. I think moving forward, there is an opportunity for folks to come together and find common ground. That's the hope.